everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freya and today I'm going to be guiding you through a restorative gentle practice. So when you're ready, find a comfortable seat, either sitting cross-legged or on your knees. Turn your palms to face up and close down the eyes. Let's start by taking a deep inhale through the nose and let it out with a sigh through the mouth. Breathe deeply in through the nose only. Just allow the breath to flow in and out. With your next inhale, press your palms together at heart center. Call to mind an intention for your practice. And feel that intention rise towards your heart space as you breathe fully in through the nose. Let it out with a sigh and bow your head, bringing the hands towards your third eye. Dropping the hands down, gently flutter the eyes open. Take the hands onto the lap, roll the shoulders, and then come into a seated position. We're going to come into a kneeling position. Take an inhale here, roll the shoulders back and down, and then fold over the legs into a simple child's pose. Arms along either side of the body, and you're turning the palms to face up. Keep the sit bones connected to the heels, and if you can, place your forehead on the mat. Continue to breathe deeply in through the nose only. Allow the breath to flow evenly through the nose, filling up the belly with the inhale and emptying out the lungs completely with the exhale. I'm going to be holding the poses a little longer in today's class, so just really use the breath. Gently peel yourself back up to kneeling. Take the knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders, and just rock the body gently from side to side. We're going to come into a low lunge, so step the right foot in between the hands and sink the hips down. Just make sure that the ankle is directly underneath the front knee, and then just send the leg out long behind you. Press the hands onto the mat and fold forwards with the body if you can. If this is not accessible for you today, you can come high up onto the fingertips, but just gently close down the eyes and bring the awareness inwards. Keep breathing in through the nose only, filling up the belly with the inhale and emptying completely with the exhale. From here, we're going to gently start to move into dragon. So we're going to take the hands to the inside of the foot and start to tiptoe that foot slightly further away from you. If you can, come down onto the elbows, otherwise just stay high up onto the fingertips. If you feel good here, perhaps you want to flare out that front knee, so the right knee coming onto the blade edge of the right foot or the pinky toe side of the right foot. Keep the hips low. And keep breathing into the belly. This is a very deep hip opener. So just make sure that you're breathing into the pose, just allowing yourself some space. And just acknowledging any emotions or feelings that arise. With your next inhale, we're going to start to tiptoe yourself back up. And then tiptoe that foot slightly in towards the center line of the mat. Take the hands either side of the foot and come into runner's lunge. So flexing the right toes, sinking the hips back, but we're keeping the sit bones off the heel and we're just folding over that front leg. It's quite a deep hamstring stretch, so just keep the breath in the belly. Keep the fingertips on the mat if you can. Keep breathing. And then with your next inhale, bring yourself back to all fours. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Roll the back, roll the shoulders. And then we'll get ready to come onto the other side. So step that left foot in between the hands, sink the hips down, send the right foot back, come into a low lunge. Fingertips are on the mat and the body is slightly forwards. Close down the eyes. Again, if it's too much with your hands on the mat, you can bring your hands to your thighs or you can use blocks. Keep the breath in the belly, keep breathing deeply through the nose. And then take the hands to the inside of the foot, coming into dragon on the other side. So again, if you can, placing your hands on the mat, taking that foot a little bit wider and maybe coming down onto the elbows. Maybe you can turn onto the pinky toe edge side of that foot and just flare out the leg, but just be really gentle and mindful of the knee. Keep the breath in the belly. And with your next inhale, start to tiptoe yourself back up. Tiptoe that foot to the center line and fold back into runner's lunge. So again, we're flexing the front toes, sinking back the hips, but keeping the sit bones off the heel. Folding forwards over that leg. Keep breathing. Again, this is a really great stretch to do if you're running, obviously, or if you're doing a lot of work on your legs. Just helps to open up and release the hamstring. Beautiful. Press into the foot, bring the feet back into tabletop, rock yourself from side to side. Then we're going to come into an extended child's pose, touch the big toes together, sink the hips back and fold into extended child's pose. Arms are long, forehead is touching the mat, close down the eyes. Take a full belly breath in through the nose. Let it out with a deep sigh through the mouth. You're going to be here for a few moments, so just continue to breathe through the nose, noticing any thoughts or feelings that arise, and just allowing them to pass by like clouds in the sky. Pressing into the hands, coming up onto the fingertips, and then we're going to tiptoe the hands over to the left side, coming into a side stretch. If you can, keep the sit bones connected with the heels, and maybe take the right hand on top of the left here. Should be feeling a lovely stretch along the right side of the body. Close down the eyes, breathe through the nose. Start to slowly bring yourself back to the center, press into the fingers, and then fold yourself over to the right side. So again, the left hand this time can come on top of the right, close down the eyes, bring the breath into the belly, breathing deeply through the nose. Next inhale, gently start to tiptoe the hands back to the center and press yourself back up into all fours. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And we're going to come into Pigeon Pose. So we're going to take the right ankle towards the left wrist. Take the left leg behind you and then fold over that front leg. So this is more of a restorative pigeon, so the back is rounded. If you can, you're placing the forehead on the mat or on top of the hands. If not, maybe you're just upright, the hands either side of the body. Wherever you are, just keep breathing through the nose. You should be feeling the stretch on the outside of the glutes and perhaps in the hips. With your next inhale, start to bring yourself gently and slowly back up. Press into the hands. Start to roll onto the outer edge of that right glute. We're going to come into a seating position, so keep your right foot connected to the inside of the thigh. Extend your left leg out, and then we're going to step that right foot over the top of the left thigh. Sweep up the arms, and we're going to come into a twist by taking the left elbow around and onto the right thigh. Take that right hand behind the back and use it as a little lever to gently pull yourself into the twist. Again, we don't want to be pushing too much in this pose. It's a restorative class. So close down the eyes and take a few deep belly breaths. Gently bring yourself back to the center. Slowly take a little counter twist to the other side. And then take the hands either side of the back behind you. We're We're going to untwist the legs, reach up the feet, and then come into the other side. So this time the left foot goes around the right leg, sweep up the arms, and take that right elbow over and around onto the left thigh. Again, use that back arm to support you, but we're just doing a really gentle twist here, so no pulling or pinching sensations in the back. Take a few full, deep belly breaths. And then bring yourself gently back to the center. Take a little counter twist. And then place the hands behind the back, unwind the legs. And then we're going to take pigeon on the other side. So connect that left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Roll yourself into pigeon and take that left foot towards the right wrist. Extend the right leg out behind you. Take a moment to align the hips and then fold yourself over that front leg. So again, if you can, the forehead is connected to the mat. Otherwise, you're just up on your hands. Just take it really, really easy. Allow this pose to be really, really restorative. Close down the eyes. As always, let's breathe deeply in through the nose. Fill up the belly. Maybe exhale with a big sigh out through the mouth if it feels good. And then with your next inhale, start to press into the hands. Bring yourself back up and draw yourself back into tabletop, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Rock the body gently from side to side. And then let's roll into a couple of cat-cows. Inhale, start to look up towards the sky, bending the back. And then exhale, roll the spine, look towards the belly. And again, inhale, look up towards the sky. Tailbone high, exhale, roll the back, look towards the belly. And again, inhale, look up. Exhale, roll the back. Inhale, look up towards the sky. Exhale, roll the back, look towards the belly. And again, inhale and exhale. Inhale again. And this time, step that right foot forwards. Step the left foot to meet it and fold over the legs. Hang the body over the legs, take opposite elbow with opposite hand, and just gently rock yourself from side to side. Release the hands and slowly and gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll yourself up to standing. We're going to come into a short moon sun salutation, so step yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep up the arms, then exhale, step your feet wide, coming into a wide lunge, toes pointing out. Draw the hands through heart center and bend the knees, coming into a squat. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale, this time cactus the arms, bend the knees, come into a squat. And again, inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale, coming into goddess, bending the elbows, bending the knees. And again, moving fluidly with the body. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, float into goddess pose. Inhale, sweep up again. And exhale, this time draw the hands through heart center, pressing into squat. Bend the knees a lot. And stay here for a few full breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Step the feet together at the top of the mat again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold through heart center, Samastiti, Tadasana. Beautiful. Let's go again. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale, step yourself into a wide lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, fold into a squat, hands at Samastiti. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale into goddess pose, bending the elbows, bending the knees. And again, inhale. We've got 4 more rounds. Exhale, press into goddess. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. And again, inhale and exhale. And again, inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale into goddess. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale, float into goddess pose. But this time, pressing the palms together. Pressing the knees out wide. A few full breaths here. And then inhale, sweep up the arms, press the palms together. And then we're going to come into a forward fold. So interlace the fingers behind the back. And then fold the body down over the legs, keeping the legs straight if you can. You can take a little bend in the knees. And then just send the arms away from you behind you. So interlacing the fingers, relaxing the head and neck, closing the eyes. Full breath in through the nose. Maybe let out a sigh through the mouth. Just allow gravity to do the work here. Allow your breath to be deep. And then gently release the hands. If you can, press the hands onto the mat. We'll just stay here for another full breath. And then with your next inhale, peel yourself back up to standing. Press the palms together. Bend the knees and then step to the top of the mat. Hands at Samastiti through heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale, fold through heart center, folding over the legs and just stepping back into tabletop. Beautiful. Come into a quick child's pose, pressing the big toes together, sinking the hips back down onto the heels. Reach the arms long and press the forehead to the mat. Take a full breath here in through the nose. Let out a big sigh through the mouth and come back into tabletop. Beautiful. Lay yourself all the way down on the mat. Take your elbows down underneath the shoulders. The hands slide forwards towards the face. We're going to come into a little quad stretch here. So reach the right arm forwards and then take the left foot with the left hand. Draw the heel towards the glute. Gently drawing the foot towards you, at the same time connecting the forehead to the mat. You should be feeling this on the quad. There should be no pain in the knee. Keep the breath in the belly, breathing in through the nose only. And then when you're ready, start to release the foot. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Gently wiggle the hips from side to side. And we'll get ready to come into the other side, reaching the left arm forwards this time. Catching the right foot with the right hand and drawing that heel towards the sit bones. Again, relaxing here, not pulling too much. Just allowing gravity to do the work. Close down the eyes. Start to release that foot. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Wiggle yourself from side to side. And then we're going to take a hold of both of the feet, drawing both of the heels towards the sit bones. Bring the knees together. And take a hold of the tops of the feet, keeping the body relaxed down on the mat if you can. If this is too challenging for the quads, you can simply just bring the knees up. Bring the heels towards the sit bones. No need to take the hands on the feet. Otherwise, close down the eyes. Maybe turn your left ear towards the mat. Completely relax the body. Connect with the breath. Relax the feet back. Release the hands. Take the hands underneath the shoulders again. Wiggle the hips from side to side. And then press yourself back to the center and bring yourself all the way up to kneeling. We're going to come into a toe stretch, which is quite an intense pose. So just moving yourself into a kneeling position, roll the shoulders back and down, and then take the hands to the mat. We're going to tuck the toes underneath us and then sink the sit bones down onto the heels. Just take a moment just to untuck the pinky toes and rest the hands at heart center. Close down the eyes and breathe deeply through the nose. This is a very intense pose, so some negative emotions might start to arrive. If they do, just allow them to wash over you, acknowledge them, and just gently let them go. Keep the breath in the nose, keep breathing into the belly. One last full breath, and then float your hands down onto the mat. Release the toes and roll yourself down to a comfortable seat. Flexing the feet out in front, wiggle out the legs. And then we're going to come into half reclining hero. So bending the left knee, straightening out the right foot. And then taking the hands behind the body, we're going to start to fold down onto the elbows. Maybe you just stay here on the fingertips and that's completely fine. You can lift up the chest. Otherwise, you can start to come down onto the elbows, or maybe you can bring yourself all the way down onto the mat. Just be really mindful in this pose because it is a very, very deep stretch. There should be no pain in the knee. If you're on the mat and you're comfortable, you can lift your arms up over the head, close the eyes, and take the breath into the belly. Start to deepen the breath and slowly and gently bring yourself up. Take your time, sit back onto the hands, and then gently and slowly bring the feet back together, pointing the feet out in front, and then we'll come into the other side, this time bending the right knee. Again, maybe you just stay here up on the hands, it's totally fine, or maybe you come down onto the elbows, or all the way down onto the mat. This side might be completely different to the other one, so just be mindful. Listen to your body and make sure that there's no pain in the knee. Close down the eyes, take the breath to the belly. Both your sit bones should be comfortably on the mat. If they're not, maybe you need to bring yourself up a little bit. And just use the breath to bring you into the body, completely relax you into the pose. Start to deepen the breath. Start to bring yourself gently and slowly out of the pose. Again, just be really mindful here. Sit back on the hands and gently fold the feet back to the front of the mat. Wiggle out the knees and then reach up the arms, sitting back onto the sit bones. And fold yourself over the legs, just coming into a hamstring stretch. We're taking a yin version of the hamstring stretch, so the knees are slightly bent and the toes are relaxed. Round the spine and just relax the head and neck down towards the knees. Close down the eyes, continue to breathe through the nose. And then with your next inhale, start to peel yourself off the legs. Bring yourself back up into seated and then turn around to the long edge of the mat and take the left foot in front of the right, coming into cross-legged. Start to sit tall and then sweep up the arms and then exhale, twist over the right leg. Use that left hand behind you to prop up your back. And just make sure that both of the sit bones are on the mat. Again, we're not pulling into this pose too much. Just be gentle with yourself and breathe deeply in through the nose into the belly. Beautiful. Inhale, start to sweep the arms up, press the palms together, and then fold over the legs. So again, we're rounding the spine here. Interlace the fingers in front of you. You should be feeling the stretch along the right glute. and slightly down the right thigh. Keep the breath in the belly. Keep breathing through the nose only. A few more deep breaths here. And then gently and slowly peel yourself back up. Take the hands behind the back. And then we're going to switch the legs. So this time taking the left foot in front. Take the hands up, sweep the arms up, and then come into a twist over the left leg. Close down the eyes and take the gaze over the left shoulder. When you're ready, gently bring yourself back to the center, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, fold over the legs. So again, interlace the fingers in front of you, round the spine, close the eyes. Take a few full, deep belly breaths here, breathing through the nose only. And then when you're ready, start to tiptoe yourself back up. Take the hands behind the back. And then bring yourself into a wide-legged stance, taking the legs out wide. Sweep the arms up. And then we're going to take a stretch over the left leg. So the left hand comes to the shin, the ankle, or all the way around that left foot. Reach up the right arm and fold the body to the side. Relax the neck, close the eyes. And then inhale, bring yourself back to the center. Sweep the arms up and exhale, fold over the other side. So again, just taking the hand to wherever feels comfortable. The shin, the ankle, or all the way around the foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up, press the palms together, and then fold forwards in between the legs. Round the back, slight bend in the knees if it feels good, relax the feet. And just let the head and neck be heavy. Start to tiptoe yourself back up and bring yourself to the front of the mat. The legs forward and lay all the way down onto the back. Just gently wiggle the legs out, wiggle the hips out from side to side. And then we're going to reach up into a waterfall. So option to stay here in waterfall, the legs high, arms high. Or if you want to come into a more advanced option, you're going to come into shoulder stand. So if you know how to safely come into shoulder stand, please do so. Otherwise, just stay in waterfall. If you're in shoulder stand, stay here, or perhaps come down into deaf man's pose by folding the legs closer to the face and then bending the knees either side of the ears. Again, only do this pose if you feel confident, if you can get there safely. Really look after the body, and if you are in deaf man's pose, start to breathe deeply through the nose. If you're in waterfall, just allowing the legs to hang. Just got a few more moments. Keep the breath in the belly. If you are in deaf man's pose, start to bring yourself gently back to a shoulder stand. And slowly and gently press the hands into the mat and draw the legs and the body all the way down onto the mat. If you're in waterfall, bringing yourself down slowly, take a mini shavasana, legs out long, arms out wide. Coming into a twist now, taking the knees up to the chest and then taking the legs over to the left side. Left hand comes onto the right thigh and that right arm is extended out. Take the gaze over the right hand, close down the eyes. Start to draw yourself back to the center and take your legs over to the other side. Left arm out long, close down the eyes, gaze over the left hand. Breath in the belly. Recall the intention you made at the beginning of the class and just take this moment to really thank yourself for showing up today. Thank your body for allowing you to do this practice. Bring yourself gently back to the center. Squeeze the knees into the chest, curl the body into a ball. And then press the soles of the feet together, send the knees out wide. Take the left hand to the heart, the right hand to the belly. Close the eyes and breathe deeply through the nose. When you're ready, release the hands, come down into your final Shavasana. This is where I'll be leaving you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.